So for our yoga practice today, we're going to have a block and a blanket. If there's other props that you like to have nearby that you really appreciate, feel free to grab those as well. Somebody else write something? No, okay. I wanna connect when I can. So go ahead and find a seat here. Sitting comfortably. Maybe it's up on, you can make a cool little, like, I think of it as a throne, where you put your blanket on top of your block and then sit up on top of that. And that just helps the hips lift up even higher so the spine can rise taller, and that feels really nice. So you might try that out as we start seated, and feel free to stretch one or both legs out. Or if you're sitting up high like this, you can bring your feet back behind you on either side, if that feels good for you. Maybe I'll try that today. So finding your seat, and once you've done that, closing your eyes or softening your gaze down towards the floor. And begin to just run a little awareness scan through your body. And you might notice that as your attention is flowing, the breath is in friendship with that. So the breath might deepen as the awareness flows through the body, and just taking note of any sensation, ease, spaciousness, contraction. What do you notice? Today we're going to explore a bit of the concept of alignment, both in our poses and in terms of our internal compass. So as you're sitting here, I'm going to share this poem by young Pueblo. I'll share it again at the end of our practice, but it can kind of set the tone for what we are practicing with today. So this is a poem called 4 Ways to Remain in Alignment. 4 ways to remain in alignment. Don't listen to the feeling that you need to perform for others. Say no to situations that burn way too much of your energy. Surround yourself with people who love the authentic you. Let your intuition guide you, not your fears or cravings. Noticing what from those 4 invitations resonates with you in this moment. And then checking in with your physical alignment here. You notice that your chin is jutting forward, or your low back is overarching, or that you're sinking more into one hip than the other. You're leaning to one side. Notice where you can adjust your alignment with proprioception, with this awareness of body and space that comes from inside. We don't need necessarily our vision to inform us here. Noticing alignment as both a physical and a non-physical awareness. With your next inhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And as you exhale, gently open your eyes, noticing the colors and the light around you. Take an inhale here. Exhale, interlace the hands, press them away from you, rounding your spine. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, wrist circles, float your arms out and down. And then once the arms are down, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms pressed together. Exhale, back down to heart. Take an inhale here. Exhale, interlace the hands, press them away from you, rounding your spine. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, wrist circles, float your arms out and down. And letting the arms hang by the sides for a moment, and then inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms pressed together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take another inhale here. Exhale, interlace the hands, press them away from you, rounding your spine. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Alignment, exhale, wrist circles, float those arms out and down. Creating a little energy bubble around you. This time, interlacing the hands behind your back, rolling your shoulders. Inhale, lift, arms, heart, and gaze. Exhale here, and we'll take 3 more breaths. Feeling the shoulders drop down and towards each other. Arms lifting. Notice if your neck is craning forward. With your next exhale, soften the arms, but keep the hands engaged. Notice if the shoulders want to really roll forward here, and see if you can keep them pulled back, but we're not lifting the arms. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale, back down to the heart. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, heart. Do this a couple more times on each side, coordinating with breath. Make sure you're staying elongated in your spine. And then coming back, chin to chest. And inhale, lift the head back to center and lift the arms away from your back. Notice if there's a difference in the neck and the shoulders here. 2 more breaths. And notice the alignment of the head. You're craning forward. That creates too much dip in the low back. With your next exhale, releasing down, and shake those arms out. Beautiful. All right, and from here, we're gonna come to hands and knees. So feel free to put your blanket underneath your knees if you'd like. And we're going to place the block at the top of the mat. So hands underneath the shoulders with the fingers spread really wide, knees underneath the hips or a little bit wider. And just begin by wagging the hips side to side. So we're going to shift all the way over to one side and all the way over to the other side. Passing through center point and honoring that place. Nice. And then coming back to center, and we'll do some cats and cows in a little flow here. So take an inhale here. Exhale, round the spine, gazing towards the belly button. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, let the motion slide up the spine, belly drops, head lifts. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale, lifting. One more time, exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting. And curl the toes under and press back to a down dog. Bending one knee deeply and then the other, stretching through the backs of the legs. And then finding stillness for a breath. You can feel into your alignment here. Is the weight evenly balanced between both hands and both feet? And with your next inhale, pulling forward to a plank pose. And you can let those knees just drop down towards the floor. And then see if you can open the heart more in front of you. To a cobra, you can also bend your elbows so you're a little lower. And then engage the core here, pull back and come to a child's pose. Inhale, pulling forward, moving into alignment. Exhale, rounding to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Curl the toes under, press back, down dog. Deep breath here. Inhale, pull forward, plank pose. See if you can hold it for a moment. And then dropping the knees down, extending the heart. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. We're not sinking into the shoulders here. We're really lengthening, pressing up, long neck, long spine. So notice here if there's some twisting happening in the spine, or one hip drops a little lower than the other, and see if you can bring yourself into awareness, alignment, shoulders down. And this time we're going to curl the toes under and press back to a down dog. You're welcome to move through hands and knees to get there. And with your next inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, we're going to pull forward, knee towards nose, hovering that right leg above the floor. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, knee towards nose, hovering. Two more. Lifting up. You can do this from hands and knees too. So if it's too much to be in a down dog, you can do it from your knees. And this last time, we're going to bring the foot through to the top of the mat. And we're going to find the block underneath the left hand. If you'd like, you can also just have your hand on the on the mat. And we're going to inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky. But it can feel really nice to have this support of the block underneath the hand, lifting up a little higher. So tune into that back leg and see if you can really press back through the heel so the leg is lengthening. And then hugging that right knee in towards your belly so it's not falling out. And then the arm reaching straight up into the sky. Let's take 2 letting go breaths here. Make sure you're not collapsing in that lower shoulder. You're pressing up out of it. Beautiful. Releasing here. We'll bring the block out of the way. And we're going to step forward, top of the mat. Hang in a forward fold. Shake the head around. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. And inhale, sweep the arms out and up, standing all the way up. Palms pressed together. Exhale, hands to the heart. So before we find our way to do that same little flow on the other side, we're going to do some Yogananda energizing breaths. So I'll turn to face you here. So we're going to do gentle fists. We're going to bring the forearms together and sit down a little bit. So we're bending the knees, feet hip width apart, knees tracking out over the toes. Make sure you have weight in your heels. And we're going to inhale a double inhale as we open. So it's going to look like this. And we're going to hold the breath in, feeling this strength. Hold, hold, hold. And then we're going to exhale out the mouth, double exhale to come back to where we started. Let's try that 4 times. Notice how your knees are tracking. Stay in alignment here. Here we go. One more with longer hold. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching the arms up. If you need to come back to the top of your mat, find your way there. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, down. Step or jump your feet back to a down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. You can do this from hands and knees again, just reminding you, knee towards nose, pulling forward towards a plank. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, knee towards nose. 2 more. And then lifting up again. And bring that foot through to the top of the mat. See if you can keep that back knee lifted and bring the hand to the block, the right hand to the block. Really sending energy back through that right heel, lengthening the back leg. If this is too much, feel free to drop the knee to the floor. And then we're going to rotate and lift the left arm up to the sky. Keep the left knee hugging in so it's in alignment over the ankle, not falling out to the side. Reaching, expanding. See if you can really feel into your alignment here. And 2 letting go breaths. Releasing down, moving the block out of the way and stepping right foot forward, top of the mat. Exhale, hang in a forward fold, soft knees. Notice if your weight's more in one foot or the other so you can find a balance here. Inhale, Sweep the arms out and up, standing all the way up. Palms pressed together and bringing the arms down for Yogananda energizing breath. We'll do 4 rounds here. So sitting down into that little bit of a chair, make sure the knees are not falling in or falling out. You're tracking out over the toes. Exhale all your air. Here we go, 4 rounds. Last one. Nice. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale down. We're going to place the hands on the block in front of us, and you'll have to figure out where that spacing is best for you. And you can choose if it's at the highest, like what height the block is at for you too. We're going to extend the right leg back behind us. So here, checking in with alignment too. So toes facing down towards the earth. We're not rotating in the hip. Hips are square, level with the ground. And then see if you can extend the left arm out by the ear. Here. Holding for 2 breaths. And then exhale, bring hand and foot back down. Hang into forward fold, shake it out. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, standing all the way up, and sit down for your Yogananda energizing breath. Here we go. Two more. Last one. Nice. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Checking in with your alignment here. Exhale down, place the hands on the block. And we're going to extend the left leg back. So a little balance here. So see if you can tune into that left hip. Are you wanting to rotate it and stack it? That's a different type of alignment. Let's see right now if we can have the toes facing down towards the earth. Leg really extended out. Hips level. And see how that feels in your awareness. If you'd like, you can extend the right arm out by the ear. And balancing here, 2 breaths. And with your last exhale, releasing down, hang in a forward fold. Soft knees. Maybe rocking your weight a little through your heels and back to your toes here. And with your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up, standing all the way up. And come back down. Last round of Yogananda energizing breath. Here we go. Last one. Nice. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. And then we're gonna sink the hips down towards the floor here to whatever extent you can come down, maybe all the way to a flat-footed squat, maybe not. Finding where you stop, and you might even hold on to your block. So see wherever you are, if you can lengthen your spine, drop the shoulders a little more. Breathing into your belly. And then from here, we're gonna come down onto the mat, and you can move your blanket out of the way and bring the block with you. So you can set the block to the side for just a moment. Hug your knees into your chest, let the back release and soften here. And with your next exhale, really pull your belly button in towards your spine. Feel the belly hollow out a little bit. And then take another breath, relaxing the belly. So we're going to do a little core work here with the block, and I'm going to show you a couple different options of what you can do. So option number one is to start with the block in between the knees. We're going to reach the arms over the head. And we want to do that belly button pulling in exhale, and then keep the core engaged as we inhale again. And then exhale, bring the knees up. We're going to switch the block into the hands and then come back to the starting position. But now the block is in the hands, and then we're going to reverse. So we're just passing the block back and forth and getting some core engagement here as we are in alignment with the holding of the block helps us with that. So if you're not really feeling anything there and you'd like a little more challenge, we're going to extend the legs out, block in between the feet, and do the same thing. We're going to pass back and forth. So we're going to engage the core, lift the legs up, bring the block to the hands, and then release down. But we want to make sure that the core is really staying engaged here. So choosing your own adventure, which option feels best to you. We're going to do a few more rounds here. Notice if there's any awareness about alignment for you, physical or emotional, relational. As we're doing this, when we get into the core, we feel more about our personal boundaries, our self-esteem, our personal power in the world. Okay, 2 more passes. We can do this. Woo! Right, feel some warmth building in your body. Yay! And then releasing down. Bring your arms out to the sides. Let your feet relax. Nice. So bringing the block back up to place it by your side, because we'll use it in just a moment. Bending your knees, placing your feet on the floor, and begin to let your knees drop side to side. Might feel nice to have the feet like as wide as the mat. Releasing through the hips here. And then coming back to center. We'll walk the feet in a little bit more. And if you have something under your head, you may want to remove it for just a moment. We're going to inhale, lifting the hips up towards the sky, bridge pose. Really engage the glutes. Lift up high, stretch through the belly. You might look down and see if there's a hip that's higher or lower. See if you can find alignment. Knees over ankles, and exhale, lowering down. And inhale, lifting up again. This time we're going to put the block underneath the sacrum. At either the middle or the lowest height is probably best. And then you can rest here. You might also walk your legs out, or maybe even bring them up into the air. A little inversion. Wherever you choose to be, see if you can let go into the support of the block. Let's take 2 letting go breaths. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. Walking the feet in. Lifting up off the block. Lowering back down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Let the knees come away from each other. Reach through the inside of the knees, grabbing onto the outside of the feet or the ankles. Happy baby pose. Really connecting those femur bones into the hip sockets. Very grounding, calming energy for the body, the physiology. If there's any final poses you would like to find before coming to Shavasana, feel free. Otherwise, stretching out long on your back, setting yourself up well for Shavasana. So sliding the shoulder blades down the back, letting the arms rest by the sides, palms up for receptivity or down for grounding. And come back to that awareness scan that we did at the beginning of our practice today. Moving the awareness through the body. And then you might also have some awareness of alignment in your life. And just reflect on for a moment how things do or do not feel aligned in different areas. Just noticing. And then letting go of all mental effort. And letting both the physical and the mental rest. And be in receptivity mode. Bringing your awareness back to the surface of your body, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And as you're ready, bend one knee and then the other, placing your feet on the floor, and come to rest over on your right side. Taking a breath here and keeping your eyes closed and your attention internal. Gently press your way up to find a seat. Sitting with your eyes closed, allow these words by young Pueblo to wash over you. 4 ways to remain in alignment. Don't listen to the feeling that you need to perform for others. Say no to situations that burn way too much of your energy. Surround yourself with people who love the authentic you. Let your intuition guide you, not your fears or cravings. And bringing your hands together in front of your heart, pressing your thumbs in to feel your heartbeat, your personal pulse. And take a deep breath of gratitude for the alignment in all the ways in your life. Thank you for joining me for practice today. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.